Oh, sorry about that. I'm over here talking the whole time and I'm muted. That's how excited I am about today's episode. I know we missed it last week, but you know what? We're back and we got a special guest. Okay, we have a fan, right? We have this fan series that we're doing, but he's not just any fan. We have the International Fan of the Year, and you're about to see just who he is. So make sure you get your popcorn ready, get your drinks ready, because we are live. Sick Podcast Anvil Show. Sammy, bring us in.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Anvil Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yes, sir. It is sick, and we are back. Sick Podcast Anvil Show, bringing you everything Colts, even during the offseason, because that's how dedicated we are to making sure that you get the news. And with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get this thing going. But before I do, I have to go ahead and just there we go. I love Sammy. I love Sammy for that. By the way, why am I getting us started from the side? I gotta do this middle thing. I'm sorry. I gotta be big headed like Clyde. It's just like, yeah, go ahead. Just gotta switch me and pat around. But either way, welcome back. I'm sorry.
Wow.
It just feels so weird. It's like that one video where Usher was doing the Brady Bunch thing and he's in the bottom corner and he thought he was gonna be in the middle tile and he's looking all over the place. It doesn't make sense. So I'm sorry. But yes, so welcome back to Sick Podcast Anvil Show. We're your host CJ and
Big P.
Yes, and with us today, as you can see, that is not Clyde. But this is somebody who you guys have probably seen. If you didn't see him during all the clips of the Germany game, you didn't see him with in his new series that he has, this Colts Caves, then you know what? You need to get to know our International Fan of the Year, Lucas. Welcome to the Sick Podcast Anvil Show today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Really appreciated me having me on.
I'll tell you what, you guys. Me and Lucas has been talking about this time. What's happening right now for what, about 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, we were in touch quite a while, and sort of never could make it with the time difference, I think. But
with the time difference, it's what, 1:30 over there?
Yeah, about 1:30. Yeah, so
1:30.
Oh wow!
And it's still sunlight
in my sleep. I mean it. So
that's dedication, y'all. That is 100% dedication.
That's why he's the International Fan of the Year, baby. Okay, listen. That's how you know how dedicated he is. But you know what, Lucas? For those people out there that don't know you, why don't you just give us an introduction to, who you are, where you're from, how you became a Colts fan, and just let us know let us know about you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Again, thanks for having me on. I'm just trying to repost it on X and send it in our European chat because we can get some listeners from Europe in here as well. But
Absolutely.
But yeah, I did an exchange here to Fishers in 2019, and that's how I became a Colts fan because when I arrived for my exchange here, that was the day that Andrew Luck retired. Wanted to figure out.
You know what happened.
Yeah.
Blame it on Lucas, y'all.
Yeah. I'll take the blame for it. So yeah, and I just wanted to figure out who he was and what was going on, and of course, saw the stadium with the name with the Lucas Oil. I thought that was cool. Just wanted to figure everything out. I liked sports already, but didn't know much about the NFL. I didn't know what the Super Bowl was, but that's pretty much about it. But yes, started becoming a fan ever since, and then I think just watched some games. But I think when it more became a thing was the first Germany game in 2023 when we all sort of discovered how big our fan base is here. I think I was one of the first ones who came up with the idea, like, hey, let's make this a big thing. I wasn't the only one with the idea, but I for sure was one of the first ones. And we all made it a big thing of like establishing the official European fan club and hosting watch parties and everything and leading that kind of stuff. And that's apparently what granted me the International Fan of the Year prize. I believe myself I wasn't allowed to win it, but I was wrong. So there you go.
Hey, hey, who better than you to go ahead and just win an award like that? But it's I wanted to ask only because of the fact that it's just like I said, for you, being where you are and just like games and thing like that. Like, how do you navigate those games? And now, how exciting is it to now know that you might just have this annual Germany game? Being that you actually got a chance to see one this past season.
Yeah. No, I mean, speaking of the future, I truly believe we're going to have a Colts game every year in Germany because, the NFL is going to push it up to every team is going to play one international game per year. And then I assume the Colts will choose Germany as their home side. I would love for them to go to the UK once as well. But no, I truly believe that will happen in the future. And I truly believe it should happen in the future if we take this seriously. If they really want to grow, then they should want this. So yeah, that's super exciting. Then I would be able to like buy a European season ticket or whatever. But no, it's huge. I mean, I say this all the time that for me, it's the most mind-blowing fact about it is that you can just like get in a car and go to the game. Which, I mean, it's normal for you guys, but for me, it felt very, very special, especially in Frankfurt, because it was only 3 hours away from me. Like I drove away.
Oh wow!
Although I went the weekend, but I drove pretty much early in the morning. Was there already in the afternoon. So, yeah, and them being so close, that's truly something. Which is really, really good, and will help the Colts, fan base grow and. And financially, after all, of course, because that's all what the NFL is about, of course. But I mean, it's good for all of us. So,
yeah. Now, with the connection that you have with the Colts, when they went to Germany, was you able to get any special access or anything like that? Or
you're talking about Frankfurt?
Yes.
Yeah. So I knew Brent from the Blue Crew well, and I got to know him in 2022. When I made the trip to Nashville and Indianapolis itself to watch the Colts play, and that was the first time I actually met some people who I met on Twitter in person, among which Brent and Rick and Brent. The next when he made a trip to Frankfurt and he was able to arrange sideline passes for that game, which was really cool. So I just very lucky that I got to know him, and then he told us in the fan bar there, like, hey, we're all going to be on the field tomorrow. So it's really cool. I mean, I never was able to experience that before, but I mean, you see him that close. Got to see Minshew very up close, so it was really nice. So yeah, that was a special access I had, and then I was able to get the tickets through Rick, our Colts caveman, because he still had a season ticket at the time and had like priority to buy tickets, and he gave me his code. Which at the time was a little easier to buy tickets, but in Berlin, the open sale was pretty much very good because you could just log in and buy tickets. So it wasn't as stressful as Frankfurt was, because Frankfurt was a smaller stadium, way smaller. So
and that like because I know even watching it, like I didn't go, but I know Clyde went and he was out there. And that was just absolute, like it looked like it was an absolute blast because they pretty much set up a whole entire city just for this game. Like you can literally walk everywhere and see anyone. And I mean, that was like probably the cool part about it. So seeing that you got that access is actually just makes that even more worthwhile. So,
for sure. I mean, I would have still gone if I didn't have it, but
of course,
I didn't know we would have gotten it. So
I get that 100%. But one thing that, and once again, I'm making sure that for anybody who's just tuning in, this is Lucas. This is the Colts International Fan of the Year we're talking to right now. I did want to talk because we talked some of the overseas stuff, but I wanted to talk about what you're doing specifically in the U.S. Because once again, you have this series that you've started. So tell us about that. Tell us how that came to be. And I see I think you got some things queued up so that we can get a preview of your web series. So let us know about that.
Yeah, we're gonna play an exclusive preview of episode 3 from my series Colts Caves. But yeah, I'm actually flying to US on Monday again because I'm going to Pittsburgh, but I'm also going to Dallas and New York for a school trip. So it all lined up perfectly. And then after which I will in Pittsburgh. There's this one cave from Gus all the way in the Appalachian Mountains I'm visiting. So we're gonna record 2 more new episodes coming up this April. So after I come back, we'll have 5 in total already. Excuse me. But yeah, Colts Caves is a series I started last year when I was in Indianapolis for the Combine. And I decided to stop by some of our most fanatic Colts fans who have these Colts man caves and talk to them about it. And with the first episode, I didn't really have a clue, so I just wanted it open. And after that, I saw that I wasn't very happy with the outcome of first episode, and then I actually started to think, okay, how can I approach this? Although they both got viewed very well, I have to say. So. But yeah, what we're basically doing is going to some of our fanatic fans who have these huge collections of Colts caves and talk to them about what kind of special artifacts they have from the Colts. So it's either, let's see, Cole, for example, had a jersey from Philip Dorsett and a very personal story with him about that. Mike, in the second episode, he had a jersey from Tony Walker, who he had a very funny story about. That Tony Walker was one of our greatest players ever. Or I mean, in that time, and but he wasn't even supposed to be a football player. His mom didn't allow him to be. And then, like those funny stories you unlock through those artifacts. That's what we're talking about in the show. And with the third episode, which is launching on April 26th, right after I visited the draft in Pittsburgh, because of course the Colts have sent me there. It was really cool. It's very nice of them. And I'm posting the third episode then, and I have the teaser here right now, so I could play it if that's everybody's up for that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, well, here we go then. I'll mute myself because otherwise you hear it twice. I think you should be able to get it in screen now. I'm not sure if the producer is listening, but yeah, there we go. All right, here it comes.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I want to know why he was stealing his bike.
Because I'm Dutch.
Hey, Lucas left the episode. He pulled Denzel Washington. He says, "I'm leaving with something." Like he was just like, "I'm leaving with something."
Well, Sam did give me a signed mini helmet by Zaire Franklin, which is very nice.
Okay, all right.
But no, we just made that shot. Oh, I thought it was funny to end the episode with. But I can also already tease for what we have lined up. We're gonna have an even better and even bigger vehicle for episode 4. That's gonna be very cool. I'm not gonna say what that is yet, but this is
leaving us in suspense. I love it.
I love it. And Lucas, tell us now, just so I don't forget. Tell us where they can see that episode and other episodes, even the ones you have coming up.
Yeah. So on Twitter. My @ is @Dutch Colts fan, and that's where I post it because that's where the majority of our target audience is pretty much. I've also posted it on YouTube just so you can see it in 4K and like high quality. But @Dutch Colts fan, there it is. So yeah, you can. That's where you will see it first. That's where it will be online, April 26th at 8 p.m. I'm also still experimenting with time a little bit because the first episode it got like 23,000 views. This one 13,000, the second one. So yeah, still have to figure out how to get it as much views as possible. And of course, it's quite expensive to make. I have to say. I mean, it looks very simple, but it's quite expensive to make. So if anybody was out there willing to sponsor it, you're more than free to approach me. But so far, nobody's reached out. But I'd be willing to talk. So who knows?
No,
But I mean, it sounds like promoting. I know it sounds like promoting, but that would mean that we could make more episodes in the future. So I mean, it's a win.
No, absolutely, and that's the thing about what we do, Lucas. We're fans too.
Yeah.
And
it's for you guys, right? I make it for you guys, for the Colts fans, so you learn more about the team. Things
Exactly.
You didn't know before,
so promote away. It's fine.
Yeah.
We understand it. Everybody out there that watches this week in and week out, they understand it too. We're all family, man. We got mortgages, we got kids, we got school books to buy. It's not easy. And we lucked out with Sick finding us sponsors. We luck out with the tailgate and what we're able to produce out there. So yeah, don't be ashamed.
Well, that's good. Well, thank you. And you guys are in the third episode as a thank you as well, because I included a little bit of a tailgating part, which I recorded last December, of course.
Yeah.
Well, you guys had Martin Jackson over, so we'll be able to make a shot with him. And
a couple of us might be out at the draft as well.
Oh, that's nice. That'd be cool.
So I'll keep you updated for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but you guys in the third episode too, and then I'll end this at the titles and everything. So, I mean, it was fun. I think it's a fun way to start off the episode. And after that, we'll talk with Maurice about that the Colts used to wear green and silver, and the 1965 Western Conference playoff game where we got screwed, and sang about his Super Bowl experience and how well Pete Ward and Cardi Gordon took care of him. Very special for the owner to take that good care of a fan. So those stories are all coming up third episode. So
awesome, nice. Awesome, and we appreciate that. And you're gonna hang around because we're gonna be talking some Colts. It's just like there's a couple of things, but nothing too crazy. So if you want, like I said, if you can, Lucas, we'd love to have you, just hang around. I also know that it is 1:30 in the morning out there, so I know that I just want to make sure that you're not hanging on by a thread, for the sake of content, man. Just want to
it's fine. I'll tell you what, tomorrow here, so I'm off, so it's okay.
Nice, okay.
Lucas, I need to see my Monopoly board that you're.
Yeah, it's right here behind me.
Now this is another thing this man has done by himself. And it is absolutely brilliant.
It was a lot of work, but this is the
That's awesome
board, and so I think okay. So let's see how I'm gonna put this. Starts right here. Here's start, and then it's all themed. So you have the stadiums, Memorial Stadium, the Hoosier Dome. Indiana tags, our uniforms. This one's my favorite, the Skokie offices. Do you guys know the story behind that?
No. What's that?
Oh, come on, guys. You're the most Colts fan longer than I live, probably. You don't know that story. Anyway, so back in the day, I'll explain it then. Back in the day, if you listen to JJ's podcast, he's phenomenal with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, JJ's taking this. Yep.
Yeah, he talked about it too when I had it on. So back in the day, Robert Ursay used to own an HVAC company. He was a businessman from Illinois, but at some point they had to figure out where to get office spaces for the team. Yeah. Although the team was run elsewhere, they decided to move the offices for practical reasons to Skokie in Illinois. So not anywhere near where the team was playing at the time, or the stadium. So they had, and this building had Colts on it, still has today. So it's this very neat American sports story, which I found fun and not many people know of. I've never been able to visit that building myself, but I mean it's I don't know what it is nowadays. Probably not. Probably some office. But they left the word mark on, which is pretty cool. I mean, whoever owns that building, props for leaving that on. That's really nice. So. And all sorts of different spaces. Blue, of course, my buddy. And this, I had made this a summer project, but I think I underestimated how much work it was. But it was a lot of work. But But I'll have one more copy for whoever won the giveaway from the second episode.
No.
And I'll make some more copies in the future because I promised my German friend Marcel, who's just a phenomenal guy, one. He's going to get one. And whenever I make some more copies, have some more time left over, I'll make some more. But the problem is now that it's just I don't have the time to invest that much time again. So
the Colts aren't trying to hit you for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
That, are they?
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Officially, it's illegal. Yeah, I know, but. Don't wake sleeping dogs, we would say. So,
well, I bet if you send one to Carly, she'll.
JJ has one because he gifted. Well, I mean, without JJ, I have to say, without JJ, our stadium announcer, I wouldn't have not been International Fan of the Year. I think he really lobbied for me, to say, hey, this is, we should. I don't know what he said, but. He really made sure I can be the International Fan of the Year. It was super nice of him, and I gave him one. But yeah, I figured maybe not let's set it any higher because that you might get in trouble for. And again, I'll put it on record. Just a few copies out there, and I'm only making them for friends who deserve it, and I'm not selling them. So
then they can't hit you for infringement.
Sorry?
They can't hit you for infringement.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You're not making money off of it.
No, exactly. I'm not making money off of it. I'm losing money off of it, if anything. So
no, that's it.
There we go.
And like I said, that right there, that's amazing. That's fan dedication. That's all the more reason why you won Fan of the Year because I mean, I don't think anybody's ever made a whole entire Monopoly board just based on not just Colts history, in Lucas Oil, but it's just literally the history dating back to, I'm going to say, even the Baltimore days, you can say. So
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and you said you said that you have limited amounts, but you said it's just that was for things that were done for the episode. Or you said that there was a winner from one of your episodes. Of
yeah.
Games?
So I did want to give one away because I made an extra run for Colts games. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a giveaway, and Danny won it, and I think he wrote that he wanted to play it with his grandpa or something. Let me see what he wrote. So I thought that was a very heart-touching story.
Well, you're not nothing without
Thor, but I
Colts hammer.
My grandpa. So yeah, very nice. Yeah, is that 3D printed actually, or
yeah,
I have a 3D printer myself as well. I make a lot of stuff with it.
Some friends of ours, Stacy and Clayton and Colton, made that for us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I ain't sharing it with Clyde and.
So the how do you call it, the game pieces and the dice and everything, and the instead of houses, normally with Monopoly you have houses, right?
Yeah.
I made little horseshoes. So I have it.
Nice.
I bought the 3D printer to make the game, but once you buy a 3D printer, you're just completely, you're going to figure out different things to make and whatever. The thing broke though now, so I'm gonna have to fix it, but I haven't had the time for it. So
well, I'll give you $1 million business idea with the 3D printer,
and that is
chessboard with football players.
Chessboard with football players, yeah.
Yes, make all your chess pieces football players.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm sure that's out there, but that'd be cool.
I haven't seen it. I've seen it.
I think I have seen a glass one.
Dragons and different things like that, but never football players. And you can specialize it, to the Colts, or if you're a Bears guy,
that's a good idea actually.
And then make the opposing, because there's black and white on a chessboard. Make the opposing team,
the rival.
Yeah.
Or the away jersey. That's a good idea actually. That will work. That will work. So
look at Meanie on here.
Whoa. Hey, Joe. Yeah. But hey, well, by the way, we do want to make sure, because we always make sure that we shout out the listeners. Yes. But hey, quick shout out to Stacy, Ricky, Teresa, Chris, of course, Lucas for being here. We appreciate you. We got Huyan, Meanie. I think everybody who's tuning in, making sure that you are liking, commenting, sharing, everything that's going on right now. So, like I said, just thank you for tuning in.
And
So
you've been around long enough to know if Clyde's not on, he's traveling.
He's on vacation. Listen, there's 52 weeks in the year. He has 56 vacations set. I mean, the guy is moving frequently, so you know what it is. So
Yeah,
now
his airline miles got to be stacking up.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I think he pretty much had free flights starting as of like January 20th because of how much he already traveled at the beginning of the year. So yeah. But I wanted to, well, Lucas, I wanted to ask you, and like I said, without going too far into it, we saw Shaquille Leonard, we saw Maniac today, just kind of talking about his tenure, talking about the fact that he was a great teammate. Talking about the fact that when he was released, that he felt betrayed by Gus Bradley. I believe that was the 2023-2024 season. Now, I'm going to say not too much, but I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on what he said because I think, Gus Bradley after the 2024 season was gone. But he said that much of what he thought, much of what he was promised, they said Gus Bradley kind of lied to him, led him astray. So, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but what do you make of those comments that he made today regarding that specific time period with Gus Bradley and everything that was going on prior to his release?
Yeah. What is there to say? I mean, I understand Leonard's frustration, and yeah, I won't weigh my words, but I do think it was. Yeah, it's not fun to do. I mean, but I do think it was the right decision at the time. But that's all I say about it. But yeah, I mean, we did catch a lot of from the outside of the rest of the NFL world. I think catch a lot of critique for that. But which I didn't really understand. But I mean, he was a phenomenal player before that. I think I really remember the Patriots game in 2022. That was just phenomenal. But yeah, after that, sort of the injuries got to him, I think. But at least it was one of the Colts players I, first got to know because as a fan, like he immediately stood out in that whenever I started watching. One of the most likable guys out there. And I mean, regarding whatever's added to the rest of that, well, I mean, yeah, what does that help? That doesn't help anything. Doesn't help him. Doesn't help Gus Bradley. Doesn't help the Colts. So yeah, why do that? Just it's done, and of course you're allowed to have some hard feelings about it. I understand that, but it doesn't help anything. So,
yeah, absolutely, no, 100%. And I think
that whole thing when from the injury to letting him go was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I yeah, of course it was heartbreaking, but I do think it was. It was at the time the right decision. So. So yeah.
Yeah, but like Meanie said, Darius, nobody liked Gus either. So you're not alone on that shit, Bubba.
Yeah. You don't have to say it, Lucas. We'll say it. Gus Bradley was awful. I think the thing that we saw was that you go from a defense where everybody's kind of flying, everybody's able to have maybe just like a little bit more freedom, to basically just having to stand in place and read and react, and I think a lot of Darius's game or Shaq's game was that he was able to roam and he was able to move around the field. I think he played inside linebacker, also played outside linebacker because at one point him and Bobby were a great tandem. And then, Gus Bradley comes in and he says, well, you're pretty much just going to play, you're going to play outside zone, and that's what you're going to do, and then that's it. And that's not his game. So, 100% you're right, Meanie, like with the fact that he wasn't utilized properly. And then also like the injury portion of it, I think I think it was the timing of everything, mostly Gus Bradley, was probably the reason why we didn't get to see him solidify himself as one of the better linebackers in the league for a longer amount of time.
Yeah. What I'll add to that is I think maybe, us being general and overall very dumb fans. Sorry for the word. We don't see everything. Us being overall, is dumb and like general fans. I do think like NFL fans in overall very much underestimate how much injuries can affect a player over time. So I mean, it does deteriorate like a player's career. And I think at some point, the injuries that just got to him, because I mean, look at whatever happened next in Philadelphia. I mean, I love for him that he was able to catch up with Nick Sirianni again, but I don't think he did very well in Philadelphia after that as well. So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, it was unfortunate. Like I said, I wish he would have been here longer because I feel like, when healthy, he was probably, one of the best defensive players in the league. But, like it's a tough league to play in, especially when you get, serious injuries like what he dealt with later on, because, having a calf injury that turns into a back issue. And, now it's just like, and then also on top of that, once he felt healthy enough to come back, he immediately dealt with a concussion and, dealing with what he did or what happened with him with that collision. I think that was against Tennessee with that collision that he had with Zaire, which was pretty bad also. So, it was tough. Like I said, I'm glad that he's better now, but it was tough to see exactly how that whole situation played out.
Yeah. And what I do have to add about it, what I did want to add about it, that's what I thought at the time as well. I mean, what a guy to still show up to the game after he got released, and she'll do the community service at the time. I think at the news
exactly.
And I mean that truly hit me, because I was like, well, that's very special. I mean, not many people would react like that. I think. And he still showed up, and he had the Colts at number one, like that. He did it for the Colts. He didn't do it for himself because he didn't have any demand on being there, I think. But he did it for the Colts. He wanted to be there and then like still show that he is like a good person, and that really made an impression on me. And I do want to thank him for that, having that attitude at the time, because I thought that was very special. And I thought that's something which a lot of people. Maybe wherever in the NFL, but wherever franchise you play for, you need to have your team and your community and your franchise with whatever you do on number one. Like, I'm not the most important thing here. The team is. The Colts are. So and that's what he had. So yeah, I really love that about him.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think he absolutely was one of those guys where I think the ferocity, I'm going to say the ferocity on the field was matched by the passion off of it. Like you weren't going to get him to just go ahead and just show up to some of these events. Like, I remember he was there for a lot of those things. And it's just like, if you're talking about somebody who was just embedded in the community, who was, this guy who was just, somebody you can count on the field, off the field. It was like, he was the heart of that team, like, while he was there, because of the fact that it was just like, that's who he was, for him to be a story of coming from a smaller school and then, going from South Carolina State, and going from South Carolina State, going to be drafted, everybody saying that he was not going to really amount to anything. And then for him to turn into who he was, where he's being mentioned with the Roquan Smiths, the Fred Warners of the league, he 100% was special. And I'm glad that you said that, Lucas, because that's the best word to describe him.
For sure.
Yeah. Ooh, let's talk some football, boys. We got a draft this month. I got to know, Lucas, what is your first, if you're the GM of the Colts, what position are you drafting?
Position-wise, I'll go with linebacker.
Okay. Anybody out there you're looking at that you like?
I do know my friend JJ is going to be big on this guy too. The Mizzou player Trotter.
Jeremiah Trotter.
But yeah, picking one specifically, there's a lot to be said about each linebacker, which will probably be available at that time point.
Yeah, 47, I believe we got.
Yeah, 47 as of right now. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes, and we'll see who it will be. I'm more wondering who is going to be the 7th round pick, because that's hopefully, and at least that's what the previous International Fan of the Year were able to do. And that, you're allowed to announce a pick, so we'll see how it goes. So, but I was more looking into whoever that might be, but we'll see. So I hope I get to do it.
Right. You get a call out
anything. So
you get a call out one of the picks, don't you?
Well, I hope I will. It depends on if the NFL still will do it, and if we even have a 7th round pick. I mean, of course, that's very likely that we will. But I mean, yeah, don't count out any scenario. But Stefan, our previous International Fan of the Year, and before that, Christoph, they both were able to. Yeah, and Stefan even announced Riley Leonard's pick. So, and I mean, I have the one here in Germany. We did the one in Germany. This one.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, but this was the one that Bjorn Werner announced from Cologne. So and then he left the thing on. He left the thing on the desk, and then I stole it immediately. So he shouldn't have done that. But he has a new one probably, because I did a year later. I did one in Berlin as well, so he probably doesn't mind. But yeah, that was really cool.
Yes. No, that actually is pretty awesome, especially having that like as a keepsake. That's amazing. Like that's just being able to run the card in, like that's dope. I love that.
Yeah, I do want to get it signed by him. So yeah, I hope to get to meet him one day, but and let him sign it. But so far, I mean, haven't had a chance. So
anything's possible. I mean, like I said, I don't know what your plans are, especially for the spring. I know that you said that you're still in school currently, correct?
Yeah. And in the summer, I work. I know training camp is a great opportunity. I really want to go to training camp as well. I am planning on coming back more often though, because I mean my goal is to become an American sports reporter in the NFL or something like that, and hopefully I'll do also something Colts related, not just because I'm a fan, but also because I like to combine it with whatever I do, and I think I can be a valuable asset to the international aspect or whatever, which is going to grow, which is going to grow in the NFL, whether you like it or not. So,
well, what if we just keep you here?
Of course, be good experience. So that's for sure. But yeah, I do want to become an American sports reporter and hopefully spend more of my time in Indiana, but also maybe work there. So that won't mean moving there, but of course, it's easier said than done. And I will always respect all of the rules which come with that. And you, of course, have to be an asset. Like if I would happen to move to the US one day, I don't want to just take advantage of everything. I want to be I want to enrich the United States with my knowledge and my culture I bring and with all the people I know. So my goal will be to enrich the US and also do that professionally wise. So, yeah.
Well, just make sure you bring some of that German beer over with you.
I don't drink, so
that's all right. We'll let Britt and Meanie take care of the drinking part for us.
There you go. Now
they would be more than happy.
Now, one thing like I said, I just saw this comment in the chat because people are just typing in things. So and shout out to Mike Miller and Mike Douglas. But Mike actually said, do you think they're going to sell the Colts? And I'm going to say,
do you think they're going to sell the Colts?
Yeah, sell the Colts. Well, I mean, for one, they sell Colts in the pro shop. What's going on, Travis? So they sell Colts in the pro shop. But as far as the team, no, I don't believe so. I think Jim Irsay set up this team to be ran by his daughters. In the when he passed, and I think they're going to continue to make sure that this is not just kept in a family, but also just like I said, this isn't going to turn into, somebody else's team. I think this is an Ursay team. So for me personally, I don't think that that's ever going to happen. So, I mean, I don't know what you fellas think, but I just think personally, I don't see that ever happening.
I don't see it happening, but if it does, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, will you guys still be a fan? Let's ask that question.
Absolutely.
Oh, 100%.
Now, if they leave my state,
yeah, that's what I mean.
That's a different
So,
question.
if they move.
That's a different question. If they move, that I became a fan because they moved to my state that I lived in.
Yeah.
I stayed a fan because they stayed. Now, if they leave, will I continue being a fan? More than likely, because 98% of the clothes I have the logo on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Pat, outside of
somebody starts
shirts,
a GoFundMe pay for a new wardrobe, yeah, I'll probably stay a fan.
yeah, outside of Colt stuff, I think Pat owns a white shirt, and that's about it. So yeah, that's just one single
one
white shirt.
one and one blue one.
Yeah, I wear a
There you
Colts hoodie every day, so it's normal clothing.
Fair. And you know what? I think one perspective that I can give in regards to that is that for me personally, like if the Colts were to leave the state of Indianapolis, I think I wouldn't know if I would. I'm not from Indianapolis, but also at the same time, it's just like that's who I've come, like that's the city that I've come to not just associate, but that's the city that I've come to love because of the actual Colts itself. Yeah. So for me, it's just like, if they move, to me, it's just like it's weird because, where are you going to go? And essentially, you're not going to go from Indianapolis over to Portland, Oregon. I mean, you're going to end up potentially going to a big city or something like that. And it's like, then, what are you going to do? You're going to end up maybe pricing, the fans out of the experience. So for me, I'm just like, but, I live in Kansas City, right? So I live close to the Chiefs. And an interesting perspective to that is that, when they announced that they're going to be moving to Kansas, around like 2032.
Yeah, part of their culture as well, a little bit.
Yeah. But the thing is, the fans that live in Kansas City and even like bordering Kansas, they hate it. Like they hate this move because they're just like, you've built so much economy because of that. And now you're going to end up moving about an hour west. But then where they'd potentially be moving, people in that area are saying, no, we didn't vote for this. They just said, oh, we're just going to build here and then that's going to be it. And so whatever. So for them, they're like, this isn't like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be something that's going to work very well for them. So, I mean, even so, it's just like, if you move them out of Indianapolis, like, where are you going to go? Ohio's not the best place. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I don't think that they'll ever sell. I think that the Colts are embedded in Indianapolis. So
we're also projecting one that they will sell. If they do, the new owner wants to move. If they sell, they might not go nowhere.
Just because they sell doesn't mean happen anyway. So it's a very unlikely scenario. So.
Absolutely.
In my personal opinion, if there was other markets viable for an NFL team, they would have them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's enough money floating around this country that somebody would say, "Hey, let's put an NFL team in Iowa."
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They got money out there. They could do it, but they don't have the people to support the money they're going to spend.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of places don't have NFL teams.
No, that's spot on, yeah. And that's exactly the reason why the NFL is more targeting outside of the US right now instead of states like Indiana, Alabama, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they know the market outside of the US is bigger and easier than inside the US, maybe as crazy as it sounds. So that's why they're coming to Germany. That's why they're coming. Well, they've been in the UK for years already, and expanding that footprint. So
they've been. I think didn't they start doing that international games in Mexico? And then they brought it up to Germany.
Well, I mean, the whole history of it is you first had the World Series, which were like preseason games, which wasn't a success at all. Then you had NFL Europe, which also wasn't really a success. Because not many people, especially here in the Netherlands, didn't really go. And then they figured out, well, if we're going to play meaningful games abroad, then that'll work. I do know the first one in Europe was in London. But I think, the first official, I don't know out of the top of my head, but I do know the first European one was in London. But yeah, I mean, the market here is big. I mean, the only thing that if you want to have like the NFL grow here, which is not easy to do because you're going to have to compete with soccer, and you're never going to beat that. I mean, that's not the goal. But what you would have to try to accomplish, I think, they have their soccer team and then they have their NFL team. That's what they need to see accomplished. A lot of British people have that already. A lot of British people support their English Premier League team or Championship team or whatever league team, and they have an NFL club because the NFL has been around for that long. But what you will have to get going is that people talk about it here. That's what you need to accomplish. You need to accomplish it that people talk about it in Europe, because people talk about it in the US. That's you see it on TV all the time. People talk about it because they're a fan, and it's the community that makes it makes the team be alive, and that's what you need here as well. You don't necessarily need to build a team or whatever. You need to build a community here, and then the rest will happen itself. But that's what you need to focus on, the community. And well, then I see a question coming in. What's up with the 18-game season? Well, that's going to happen in the future. If I could bet on that somewhere, I would. But yeah, I think that'll happen. 18-game season and then 2 bye weeks, and every NFL team plays an international game every year, and you can rotate every year whether it's a home or an away game. So it's very fair, actually, if you think about it. So yeah, I think that'll happen for sure. And that should happen. I mean, those are the two things that'll make it grow and that'll make people become a fan naturally. One, play games here, make sure that people, take people and come and have a good time. Also, I mean, if possible, make tickets cheaper, because I would know for a fact that, I mean, it's who am I to say that? I mean, I'm just saying it like this here, but I do know for a fact that if you would make tickets cheaper, there's a lot of more people are going to try to say, okay, yeah, well, maybe I'll go. But if a ticket is like $150, $200, well then
not $8.
Yeah, that's
that was ridiculous.
Then not somebody is gonna go. Then they're gonna be. I have a couple of friends who I asked to join me in Berlin. They said, well, I would love to, but not for $200, and then they're not coming. But if it would be cheaper, then they would have come. So yeah, play games here for a cheaper price. I don't know how they're going to do it, but that's what they should do. And build a community, build the fan bases here. Make sure that new people get invited to those places, and then that's how people become starter fans, and then they start to earn money, because the NFL earns the most of their money just on the regular fan, pretty much. Like, we are crazy enough, we will spend it anyway. But the regular fan who watches every once in a while, who puts on the TV, buys something here and there, that's what they make the most money on. So, of course, we will keep spending anyway. Like, we're committed to it already. They don't really, they don't really. They're earning as much as they can already from us. But it's the new ones who might want to get into it. That's what they're earning money on. So.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. They need to bring you up into the marketing department.
Yeah, I'd be open for it. So,
there you go. I mean, Roger Goodell watches this program. He's listening to you right now.
Well, I hope I get to talk to him in Pittsburgh. Don't think he'll listen to my lecture, but I'll have a fun question for him. I have a very good question for him in mind, which I am definitely wondering what the answer is going to be for it. But I have a very, very good question for it. So we'll see what he'll say. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, listen, that I hope that you get in front of him just so that you can ask the question that you have for him. I wouldn't even want to spoil it here. I just know that it's just like, if you get the opportunity to, then you're going to have to come back. You're going to have to let us know exactly what he said.
I'd be happy to share the question because I'm going to use it for if I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to use it for my report for ESPN Netherlands because so my question would be like, what do you think of the two Dutch players in the NFL who are Corliss Waitman? He's the punter for the Steelers, and Thomas Odukoya. He was first with the Chiefs, then now he's with the New England Patriots, and actually that means a lot because Mike Vrabel took him back at the Patriots. So that should tell you something. He's a tight end, and but he's made the roster once at the Titans, but got played like one play. So he did play like on special teams, but he didn't really play a snap offensive wise. I think so far at the Patriots he's only been in the practice squad. So I do wonder what do you think about those two players, and what do you think about the Dutch market? Because the Dutch market is it's one of the smallest NFL markets in the world, maybe. And one of the hardest NFL markets in the world. What do you think of it? Is it even a market for the NFL? What do you think of it? So that's my question for it. We'll see what he says. Maybe he doesn't even know where Amsterdam is, which would surprise me. So
no, he absolutely, because that he's part of those meetings. Like he's just like, hey, I gotta speak to this stuff, so I gotta know.
I mean, there's even no NFL team who has like these international marketing rights for the Netherlands. There's not even a team who bothers. So very hard market. What would help is getting Dutch players, getting like a Dutch quarterback or whatever, which is never going to happen in 50 years or whatever. But that you need the Max Verstappen effect. Well, you guys know Max Verstappen, probably, right?
Max Verstappen, yeah.
That's what you need. You need a one of those talents, a Dutch talent, and that's how you get Dutch people to watch stuff. Because otherwise, they don't care. They're that arrogant. I hate Dutch people in some ways. So yeah.
Hey, wait, hold on. You can't just spring that on us, Lucas. What's going on here?
a lot of the Colts fan bases won't go to the game unless we're winning. If we're having a bad season, people stop showing up.
Well, yeah, I get that because yes, it is very expensive. I have to say,
but the people not coming have season tickets. You've already bought.
Yeah, that I don't understand. I mean,
just go.
Yeah.
You're not selling them.
If you're buying tickets, go. And I mean, I think that's the sort of the European loyalty I might have. American fans are way more critical, which is good. I mean, it's good to be critical towards the team. But also bring be critical, but be loyal too. And I'm not saying the Colts fans are not loyal, but stay until the end of the game, clap into the locker room, even if you don't agree. So I stayed up. I didn't put the TV off after Goodson dropped that ball, and that kind of stuff. It's not fun, but it's stay there. Like
it's part of it.
Yes, it's
part of it. You got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Hey, Sammy, bring up that last comment from Teresa.
That's very.
Look at that.
Very nice.
Teresa is our how should I say this? Our enforcer.
Enforcer's a good word.
If we're not on time, people get phone calls. If we're running overtime, our producers get phone calls.
Exactly.
She keeps us straight. I'll tell you that.
Yes. So with that being said, we are going to actually go ahead and just wrap up here. But once again, for the people who came in late, Lucas, let the people know where they can find you. Let us know when we can potentially expect the next episode of Colts Caves. And just please go ahead and give us that information.
So on Twitter, at Dutch Colts Fan. And as mentioned, on the 26th of April at around 8 p.m., keep an eye on around 8 p.m., episode 3 of Colts Caves will launch with Maurice and Sang. Great episode. And so keep an eye on that out. I'm driving back that day from Pittsburgh to Indianapolis, and once I got settled in back, then I will start working on releasing the episode. So and I'll have a great giveaway from the draft as well, so you can win something from the draft. I think I'm gonna buy a football or something and just not keep it, but give it away to whoever wins it. So nice. Giveaway with it and everything. So keep an eye on it. So at Dutch Colts Fan on Twitter, And really appreciate it if anybody want to share the videos, or that way that makes it grow, because I mean, I'm not earning any money with it, but I do, I would be open to see how this make it sort of like a thing where we can actually go out, because I do know there's this one guy in Houston. His name is Joe.
Oh, Camacho Joe.
Yeah,
Camacho Joe. Yep.
Epic Colts Cave, and Logan in Wisconsin. But going there is going to be, it's going to cost money, and I'm willing to invest my own money in it. But if I don't know, I was also thinking of doing a fundraiser or something in the future, but I also do think that people won't really donate to it. But yeah, I do want to get out to those guys, but yeah, it costs time and budget, which I don't really have as of right now. But there's 2 more episodes coming up, so 4 and 5 are coming.
Now, are you on Facebook at all?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook with my personal page, but I don't really post a lot on it. So
well, we got a lot of followers on Facebook that'll share your stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
if you want to open your personal page up.
No, yeah, for sure. I'd be happy to share the link to Colts Caves, and then if you would be willing to share them.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So we absolutely will. So we just want to make sure.
I don't know if
and
you
then,
forget who we are, but we like to do things for people.
Yeah, well, that's truly, I have to say. Well, let's wrap up with that. That's truly the American way. I mean, I cannot be more grateful to the American people and truly the United States, because I mean, it's been phenomenal what the country and your people have impact on me. Yeah. And I will always fight for you guys, and your great mentality. I mean, I'm such a big fan, and I cannot wait to be back again for a month.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And I'll definitely reach out to you, let you know if me and Clyde's going to end up being at the draft.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would love to see him there. So
yeah. Absolutely. And so with that being said, you can actually hear the replay of this episode every Wednesday. 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central on Z103.com. Oh, there we go. Love it.
I got the US Embassy. My friends at the U.S. Embassy in The Hague gave me this. So
yeah, you're an ambassador. You're officially
I'm not the ambassador. But they were very nice. They're great people, I have to say. It's really, really cool. So
absolutely. So make sure that you're hearing the replay of this episode on Z103.com. You can download the app, or you can actually just go online at Z103.com. You'll also be able to go on Mix 105. Make sure that you follow them on Facebook. They do a lot of great things, especially in the community, so make sure you check them out. And then you can also hear us overseas at VIP One Lounge Extra in the UK. That'll be 5 o'clock p.m. UK time. They always tell me I always get it wrong, so I don't even bother anymore. So with that being, so you can actually go VIP One Lounge Extra every Wednesday, 5 o'clock p.m. UK time. And then can you please bring up Visit Indy? All right. And make sure that you're scanning the Visit Indy barcode. Lets you know everything going on in the Indianapolis area. Restaurants, attractions, whatever you're looking for, sporting events, you'll be able to find on Visit Indy. So you'll be able to see everything coming up this week, following weeks. You'll actually be able to see what's going on. If you plan on coming out to a game, you'll be able to see what's going on that weekend. So you can just go ahead and just make it into a whole entire weekend. But either way, make sure that you're scanning that QR code.
Before you sign off, Chris, I have to apologize to the Z103 listeners for last week. I was sick. I wasn't going to be on. We had some technical difficulties with the producing team, and we just pushed the show to today. I forgot to inform Z103 that we wasn't doing a show. So, Monty, I apologize. Z103 listeners, I apologize. I will get on the ball. I won't drop it no more. No more fumbles.
Fantastic. And so with that being said, Lucas, thank you so much. Everybody, make sure that you check Lucas out on social media, on YouTube. Make sure that we run those numbers up so he can travel to the U.S. more and he can make this a thing. He might even go to Pat's Colts Cave. So, it's just like he goes out there, we'll see.
2 seconds.
Keep building it. Keep building it.
Oh, yeah. listen, he
Oh,
has
I've built it 7 times and given it all away. This
Exactly.
stuff I keep now just has personal meaning to me.
Well, we like to hear those.
Like the Andrew Luck. My wife went to training camp with me, and they were actually holding it inside the stadium. And when they did that, certain players would go to certain areas of the stadium all the way around. Well, just got lucky that Luck was in my area. He was coming down, and I had a football. He signed a football. And I look down, and he starts moving along. You know, they go through the autographs pretty fast. So I look down, and it's like, oh, shit, I got my Luck jersey on. And I started taking it off, and I didn't have an undershirt on underneath. Andrew looks up at me and goes, whoa, 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 man, what are you doing? And I said, he goes, nah, that's cool, man. Come on, give it to me.
What a guy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's and
Yes.
like the DeForest Buckner, my daughter, my granddaughter went with me on that signing, you know, things of that nature. So I only keep things now that has personal meaning to me.
Yep, absolutely.
We like to hear our stories in the thing. This guy Travis says, Lucas, I'm farther from Indy than you. Crazy. Where is he?
Travis is in Alaska.
I don't think it's farther.
I don't think that's farther than.
It is farther.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Hey, by the way, I just want to let everybody know. I don't mean to cut everybody off. We're over time, so this is all Pat's fault because he never looks at the time.
Give
So Lucas, once again, we appreciate you.
You running
So,
this thing?
like I said,
It's on you.
No, absolutely not. You kept talking.
You should
I
have
was
had
at
the guy-
I was
you
at
should have had the guy who
59-20.
cut it off.
Tammy, take us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.